Hi folks, my name is Tony Boucher and I have a problem with trigger fingers. As a type 2 diabetic, trigger finger is a result of type 2 diabetes among other things. I have made two very simple braces which I'm going to show you how to make, and they have a marvelous effect. If you're watching this, you have a trigger finger or you know someone who does. And I'm going to show you how to get rid of going to the doctor for shots and avoiding all surgery. Let me give you an example. This hand, you can see this finger sticks out a little. When I started wearing these braces, it was out like this. Same thing here. This finger was up, but now it's almost all the way. I can close my fist now, but I've been wearing these braces for almost a year. The braces are very simple. I take the trigger finger, which is this guy, and I tie it to the adjoining finger, just like that. On this one, this is the trigger finger. I simply tie it to this, and now, no matter how hard I make a fist, I can't cause the trigger finger to snap against my palm. And if you have a trigger finger, you know how painful that is. So I'm going to show you how to make these simple braces. I have a half a dozen. They take only a couple of minutes to make. And if you measure them and put them on, they will totally relieve the pain and the ability of that finger to snap against your palm. What I have here is some simple Velcro. Just get it at the hardware store. I'll just cut off a piece. There's two parts to Velcro. There's the sharp part, and then there's the fuzzy part. And they stick together like this, as you know. And all you do to make one of these braces is you don't want the ones with glue on the backing, you want plain on the backing like this. So I take the fuzzy one, and let's say I want to make it for these two fingers. So I simply go like this, and I figure about how much I want, and I take off about 1/4 of an inch total length. So I'm gonna snip this like this. And now I have the fuzzy side. I use the fuzzy side down so that it's the part that touches my finger. And it goes like that. And you notice I've left a gap here. So to cover that gap, I take the other part and I simply cut a piece like this. I take this, swing it like this, and I go over like that, and that's the entire brace right there. I said I keep the fuzzy side in, but I was kidding. The fuzzy side has to be outside to catch this. Then all I do is I take this, I trim off the little bit of extra that you might have. Now I have something that's Velcro. Then I take my black electrical tape, and I just take a piece of black electrical tape like this. And the reason I put black electrical tape is that it makes it more secure. I simply put the tape here. If you don't know what a trigger finger is, you're probably not watching this video. I'm assuming you know what a trigger finger is or you have a trigger finger. And I simply go like this, clip off the tape, and that is how you make the brace, as simple as that. This now fits on my hand like this, and no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try to make my fist, this trigger finger can no longer snap down or snap against my palm, which if you have trigger finger, you know can be quite painful. Then what you can do is, especially if you have a smaller hand than me, or if you're a girl and you have a smaller hand, you can simply take the scissors and cut the width to whatever you want. I'm just using normal household scissors, and as you can see, it's pretty easy to do. Now, if you have a trigger finger, the thing you want to do right now is go right out and make one, but I'm going to show you another way to do it. So now I have this brace. As you can see, I've made an extra brace. I've used, I don't know, 50 cents worth of material, and now I don't need shots in the finger or surgery, which is a $15,000 surgery if you don't have insurance. So now, those of you, I'm sure you want to make one if you have a trigger finger, but I'm going to show you how you can make a simple one that'll last until you can get out and buy the Velcro. Take electrical tape like this, Scotch tape if you can't find electrical, and what you can do is you can simply do this and tape the two fingers together like that. The only problem with this is you can't take it off, but it immediately stops the ability of your finger to snap against your palm, which is very painful. And this little device here, what I've found is I haven't been to my doctor in almost a year because of it. It appears that it's curing my trigger finger. I'm not claiming it's a cure, but all I know is when I started, my fingers were sticking way out, which this one and this one, they were out like this. And now they close like this. I can make pretty much a full fist with only minor pain in this finger. So I think if you wear these long enough, you can certainly, oh, this must be for the other hand. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So if you wear these long enough, it appears that the trigger finger becomes better. I can't promise that, but in my case, my trigger fingers on both fingers are 80%, 90% better than they were a year ago when I started wearing these. If they get wet, they don't absorb water, I wipe them off. And what I do is every once in a while I'll sit at the kitchen table and I'll make 5 pair. Why? Because I'll misplace them and I can't remember what the heck I did with them. So by making extra pair, I have it. And for those of you who want to try it out right now, but you don't have the Velcro handy, use the tape solution. It's not as convenient because you can't take it off and what have you, and the tape gets dirty. Black tape like this prevents it from getting dirty. And if you're a cute little girl, you can use tape that's all full of flowers and blue color and much prettier than this. But if you're a guy, you want black tape. That's the way guys are. And that is my solution to a painful condition that goes away with time. I must have 6 sets of these made because it's so easy to make them. I sit down at the kitchen table every 3 or 4 months and I make a couple of sets, or if I lose a set, I make them. And that's all there is to it. And if you do this, it's better than anything else. You can play the piano. You can do exercises with your hand. You can do whatever you want to do. And when people say, "What's that in your hand, Tony?" I say, "Oh, that's my medical brace." That's all they need to know. They don't really care what's on your hand. They just think you look a little weird with the black tape. That's why you can use color tape or what have you. I hope this has been interesting. My name is Tony Boucher, and I wish you good luck with your trigger finger.